Hello everyone, welcome to 2018 Formula 1 Assetto Corsa Championship once more for round 3 of the championship in Baku this time. And we are almost underway, but with the first off, we're gonna go to the starting grid. Josh Everett starts on pole position for the first time. Alex Mancelli second behind. Daniel Tarasevic third. Jaden Brooks fourth in the new main Racing Points. Argentina Bavona fifth. Link Lloyd 6th in the McLaren Renault, 7th Arturo Marquez, and then Hera Foxy in 8th. Charlie Jameson 9th, and then Edward Wolf, both Racing Points on new main drivers. Oscar Valk then rounds up into 11th, and then Juha Checo Taponen in 12th. Alex Beruni 13th, and Prisma Farmaz in the Toro Rosso, rounding off the grid. And we are now going live to the racing scene. Hope everyone can see. I hope everyone is doing well as well. As the lights out will be soon actually. It's the perfect timing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I think somebody might be delayed. Somebody might be starting from the grid. 6 lights. And we are underway for the Grand Prix of Baku. Into turn 1 we go. Who has the better start? Oh, there's a bit of collision at the back there. And somebody spun and off into turn 1. The Racing Point gets collected as well. And the Racing Point is into the wall there. Not enjoying its day there. But it got round. So it's all good. Sorry for this. There we go. So Paul Chuckles leads the Grand Prix with a hefty margin already. Behind him is of course Alex Mancini. And he still leads luckily. But Alex is gaining a bit on him. Paul makes a bit of a mistake. Is Alex going to go for the lead? No, not just yet. Into car section they go. As there's now some battle between Polch and Zen Ebi. And he goes into turn. And Lamborghini Ventura behind him hits the wall. Into the car section, he will want to go in a single file line. Not more than one, because if you do go more than one, you'll be going into the wall. As Blade loses the rear and the Racing Point almost collects its Blade, but manages to keep it away from the wall there. Blade now getting his car straight again, manages to do that well. Hera Foxy is really behind though. He started from the pits with a penalty, so he is going to be really far away. Watching Paul now and Alex Minacini fighting for that lead. He's probably going to overtake him because of the slipstream and the DRS. There's no DRS just yet. Alex Mancini on his tail. Into turn 1, Alex stays behind, trying not to make any big chaos from it. CJ drops down to 5th. Something might have happened. We don't know. As people continue on normally, no issues. As I say that, Alex actually has overtaken Paul and has done it well and kept it from going into Paul. But Paul will be going back at Alex now. But he loses a bit of time to Alex. Paul sets the first lap of 144.9. This might have been a bit late, but 144.9 as well. As I think the graphics might be glitching, but as Paul goes completely into the turn and hits the wall there, does the Leclerc in 2019. But now he lost a lot of time to Alex. So he's going to be wanting to catch up a lot more now. He might be 3 seconds behind. He is a bit out of shape. Why do you keep it together? As I think it's now between Polch. It is now between Polch and Senebe. Is Senebe going to go for that overtake? He is going to go for it, and he does overtake him. But not completely done just yet. He goes completely wide into turn 1, making a big mistake. giving the position to CJ and Jogsy. Both people are now up into their better places. Paul still a bit behind, so not just yet. Hero Foxy actually have overtaken Blade. His tires, he might have actually pitted, sorry. And they are really far behind now. They're just coming across the line. As Paul might be gaining now on Alex. As they go through now, Ed is the one behind everyone. But he might have the DRS advantage now from the pack. Or there might be a DRS train. But the cheater will be happy with this result. So far, 1-4. But for how long will that stay as Jogsy gains a lot on CJ on the exit there. CJ making a bit of a mistake. Jogsy won't be going or wanting to go for a dive to get up into third and to chase after the leaders, Paul and Alex and Zenebe as well. Actually, to say that CJ has made a mistake and Jogsy is up into 4th place. So he is now clear of CJ and now wanting to get to Zenebe. He might be faster or slower than Zenebe. We are not sure. As Jogsy goes a bit wide, but keeps it well enough for nothing to happen. Alex and Paul now making a margin to each other. As Paul now sets the fastest lap with a 140.903. Good job from him. Zenebe. Ooh. Still here. Sorry. Oh, as Jogsy actually uses the rear end. Ooh. Could not do anything. And there's corners now. Oh my goodness. Jogsy could not do anything there. He lost the rear end in his braking. Poor Jogsy. He did super well there until he lost the rear there. Sadly for him. But as I said, Ed is now going for 5th. Is he able to do it? The team Brett is coming back though. And keeps it away. Ed has went from 8th to 6th in a span of a lap. And he might be going for 5th. Ooh, as the Lahama doesn't really keep a lot of space there. But Ed has the better exit now. He is chasing after the Lahama. Is he going to overtake him? Yes, he is. Oh, he is doing a dummy. Trying to check the Lahama into making a mistake and maybe going off into the turn. Braking a bit earlier so they just not hit him. And keeps it well together. As the team loses the car there a bit at the exit. He goes up the curb, losing everything. As now they're coming into the long straight. One of the most essential straights if you will want to go overtaking into it. As I say that the Team Brit car loses it there, I was not looking on the screen. So something might have happened between the Racing Point and the Team Brit. But as I said, Alex is the first lap of 139.691. Ed is in the DRS. No, not really, not just yet. So he's going to be staying at the back for now. I think somebody might have actually retired from the race already, and that is... Ooh, Mr. Pilch goes completely wide there. Hits the wall again. Jogsy overtakes Pilch now, so currently now to Racing Point 6-7. But Ed, is he going to be able to get into 5th and maybe even 4th? Because they are all really close. And the Lahama! Ooh! Yes, he is! Ed is able because there's no damage enabled, so he is through easily. The Lahama might have spun. No, sorry, the CJ might have spun and then got hit by... No, sorry. CJ spun, then the Lahama hit CJ. And then Ed hit the Lahama. A lot of confusion, but Ed is now up into 4th. So for a lot of points, he locks up a bit there, but he keeps it together. Jogsy is now as well catching up to the group here as Ed loses the rear and goes into the wall. He's doing so well again. He spins it well enough and keeps it out of anyone's way. Hera Fox is still in the Grand Prix. Blade as well, but Blade and wait, actually Croco have joined Blade and is 6 minutes behind. Oh, something has actually happened up ahead. Sorry, no, not really. CJ is very slow out of the turn though. There is actually, ooh, Team Brett and the Racing Point there collided. Oscar Valkes just went from 6th to 4th. in just one corner by the Team Brit and Racing Point colliding. As Alex now has a big gap. Paul might have made a mistake or pitted. We're not sure. Zenabey is not yet in the DRS range, so he's not going to go for the DRS. As something has happened in the background there. It is CJ and Alex both spinning. Ed and CJ, I think, both spinning and hitting the wall on their own. I might be about a bit of a breath. Whew. But Ed is still in this race and still able to get points. Everyone is almost still able except Croco. But Croco is catching up a lot, and a lot is what is being happening. As Jogsy and Valk is now battling for 5th. Is Jogsy through? No, he's not. They're both side by side still. Jogsy goes for the overtake. Ooh, closes the door a bit there, but is fine now. Valk gives Valk hits the rear there of the Racing Point, and then he spins himself around. CJ now overtakes Valk as well. Ed might be able to overtake him. Ed and Valk is now fighting for 7th. Ed goes through into 7th, luckily. But Oscar Valk is coming back at him, but he backs off knowing better. Oh, Zen and Paul is now fighting actually for 2nd. Actually, Paul is pitting now. He already pitted. No, has he pitted? No, he has not. He is entering the pit. Might be going for the overcut there. Is it a good pit stop? It is a good pit stop. And out of the pit lane he already is. Very close to the exit of the pit lane. He exits ahead of CJ but behind Jogsy. So he is going to be wanting to push a lot there. We don't know what tire compounds he is on. It just says he's on softs, but he is actually not on softs. Hera and Valk actually pitted and is now going out of the pit lane. 2 people already pitted, Valk and Paul Chokos, the 2 people who have only pitted so far this race, coming out of the pit lane now. As there is a battle between no one currently, for now, keeping their distance there. But Jogsy is catching up to Pulse in 3rd, pushing a lot and a lot. Paul is behind Jogsy though. Blade now crossing the line. Behind him, Coco actually has well pits in the pit lane now. He might be just doing a normal pit stop, or he might be out of the race. That's a very long pit stop. I think he is out of the race. Yes, he is out of the race. No, sorry, Crocker is not out of the race. He was just a very long pit stop. My bad. Zenabey, Blade, Alex still leads with that 10-second gap. I think the average time. Ooh, Jogsy and sorry, leaderboard has been glitching, but Jogsy is still catching up to that Team Brit car. Pilch has been racing consecutively each race so far. And the Team Brit actually had made a move with this mistake. Oh, he is off into the runoff area. So he easily overtakes Jogsy and Paul, both easily overtake Pilch. CJ might also be able to overtake them, but no, he is too far behind. As CJ actually hits the wall as well, and Ed is now on his tail. Ed will be going for it. Not yet, he's keeping patient to CJ, trying to see if he will look at it. But here is the DRS zone now, where it's crucial for Ed to get a bit exit, and I think he did, yes he has. He already is in the slipstream, so now he's just waiting. As the CJ and Ed hit each other a lot there, but they keep it in a straight line. Luckily they do. Ed might have DRS, I don't think he does. No, he does have DRS, same with CJ. CJ and Ed hit a lot each other there and might be investigated, but as I said, that CJ now goes wide. Ed is into 6th now. And clear of CJ for now, but CJ might have the DRS. Ed actually has a DRS. And he is now clear of CJ. Ed doing well for his first race in Racing Point. Jogsy as well doing good for his first race in Racing Point. Keeping well ahead of Cole now in 3rd. Not being able to chase after Senna Bay. Senna Bay is really far behind compared to Alex in the Velocira. Jogsy is doing a bit there, but keeps it together well. The nicest corners of any track in my personal opinion. But it's not so nice when you do have any sort of damage on your car. Then it's not so nice. As they go to turn 1 4 locks on it as well as Jogsy. Paul hits the wall there actually. He's not having the best race currently. Might be lagging a bit. We will not know. As Zenebe is actually catching up to Crocker now. But there are Foxy. And actually CJ is now pitting. Might something have happened to him, don't know. But here are Foxy. Stop behind of Ed. And Ed is now catching up to Coach. Coach making a lot of mistakes and Ed just gaining from those mistakes. Val now overtakes CJ in pits. CJ might have a penalty of some sort. We don't know. Coach keeps it together, Ed as well keeps it together. Doing well enough to keep it out of the wall. Ed now gaining on Coach and the T-Break, but not too much. And a bit too far away to make an overtake for now. As Ed goes really wide there. But he does not gain an advantage. As we're coming now up onto the main stage. Ed is too far away for now to do an overtake. As everyone is now keeping their distances to each other. Not battling for now. Nobody is. And just keeping everything well together. CJ is gaining on Baku, so he was as well just pitting. Jogs is still in 3rd. Paul might be gaining on Jogs, but not too much. Both keeping each other's distances, but Jogs makes a mistake, they're locking up. Keep it together, so he is fine for another lap. Zenebe actually overtook now Cocker. Cocker is trying to get back at Zenebe though. You are allowed to unlap yourself. See, we're not want to. Oh, as Zenebe can lose the rear end there. and hits the wall. Loses a lot of time there. But he's not in the way of anyone, so he is clear now. But now, Jogsy is really close to Zenebe, and Zenebe is really slow because of his tires being too overheated. So Zenebe lost a lot of time because of that. Zenebe actually is pitting now and going into the pits. Jogsy overtakes, as well does Paul. So Paul is back up into third. Jogsy is now up into second for the first time. Jogsy is the only one, and as well as Alex, sorry, has not pitted this race just yet. Zenebe still in the pits, getting those tires done efficiently, not very quickly. Filch goes ahead. Ed is behind Zenebe now. Zenebe might have to pull tires, and he will not have DRS. Ooh, as Ed makes a big mistake there. But not a mistake that is costing him massively. As many people are now going into a 1 minute. Ooh, sorry, there you go. Jogsy is 40 seconds behind. Just trying to find Jogsy right now. Sorry, there we go. So now it's between Jogsy and Paul. Is Paul going to have the run on Jogsy, or is Jogsy going to be swerving into the pit lane to get those tires fixed of himself? Hera Fox now gains on Ed, but Paul also gains on Jogsy. Jogsy does stay out and does not pit yet. As Jogsy makes a big mistake there, might be giving that second place to Paul. Paul takes that second place. Oh, not yet. Jogsy has a better exit than Paul, but Paul might have to slipstream off Jogsy. Jogsy squeezes Paul, gives him enough space, and Paul is now through. Jogsy is going to go for the dive though, and does it well, but Paul with the switch back does get into second, and is now trying to get away from Jogsy. But Jogsy is trying his absolute best of trying to get Hera Foxy. Actually, Ed is now pitting, same with Blade. Blade is exiting pit lane now, and Ed is in the pits, waiting to get his car done, and he is off already. That was a good pit stop for the rest of the crew. No, we fighting for them. As it's now between Zenebe and Pilch. Zenebe catching a lot on Pilch. Might be able to overtake him on the main straight, but he is too far behind for now. As Jogsy actually re-overtakes Paul now, but Paul comes back at him. To turn one we go. Jogsy has a better turn than Paul. Paul and Jogsy fighting really for that second place. It's costing Paul a lot. They both might have the DRS. Jogsy does not have the DRS. But Jogsy is too far ahead of Paul for him to make any other differences. Smelch actually made a mistake and made Zenebe into fourth. So now being clear of him. Hera Foxy now crossing the line. Ed as well crossing the line just now. Alex still needing to pit. When he will pit. Same with Jogsy. First and second needs to pit still. But Alex might be ahead when he exits pit lane. battle that is going on right now. Paul makes a bit of a mistake, but keeps it together, as I said many times. Blade is now in the pit lane and is pitting. Nobody has really made a faster lap yet, but one of the front runners might be able to get that point, the fastest lap point. Jogsy is too far ahead for Paul for him to make any difference. Byron Blade actually retires from the race because he is really too far behind and not being able to score any points really. He might have gotten 1 point, but he does retire anyway. Now everyone will be getting into the points. No one is excluded. Even Croco, that is 5 minutes behind, will be able to get a singular point. Paul is actually really close to getting it, but not close enough. Jogsy is now catching up to one of the cars there. I don't know which one that is. It is Croco into the plan that he is stepping up to now, and his Paul makes a big mistake there, loses the rear end, loses a lot of time now to. Ooh, that's a nice sound. As many people are now just crossing the line. Hera, Foxy and Ed is actually fighting now. Hera, Foxy is actually in the pits. Sorry, they are not fighting. Alex now pits for the first time. He is having a magnificent race but keeping it very clean. He might be going towards the end of the pit lane here. Well, a bit. Is he going to have a good pit stop? Yes, he is. He's already out of pit lane and he is still ahead of Jogsy and Paul now. So Paul has lost out a lot compared to what he actually did. So actually, Alex has been running away with his race to the second behind him. CJ, ooh, Paul actually makes a big mistake there. Not CJ, sorry, Jogsy re-overtakes Paul. A lot of battling going on between these two drivers. Jogsy fighting for second place as Paul keeps it together. Ed overtakes Pilch. No, he has not, sorry. Pilch is now in the pit lane though. Now exiting. Now out of the pit lane, but now Ed is in clear air. Now he's running his own race in 6, and for this point, team owner could be happy with this result, a 2-6. Behind him is Valk, but he is a very long distance behind. So Ed will not want to worry about Valk. Actually, as I said, that Valk now pits. So he's even further away. Hera Foxy now crosses the line. And is doing fine. And Jogsy actually reaches the red end and goes off with Paul. Paul follows Jogsy's footsteps. They both are battling each other a lot for the second place. Alex now finishes the fastest time of 1:39.734. That's a very good lap, and Jogsy loses the rear end, but keeps it together and does not spin. Jogsy will have the DRS on Paul, might be able to overtake him. He might not be able to. He might be able to. Zenebe is actually now catching up to the battling pair. Jogsy is really losing the rear end. His tires are draining and losing a lot of grip now, but he's still pushing a lot. As Zenebe actually overtook Jogsy, so Jogsy not a minimum mistake, and Jogsy is now really spinning everywhere. He is going to be wanting to pit. Hits the wall again. Pulch is now catching up to Jogsy. Pulch might be overtaking Jogsy, but he is really too far behind for that. But Pulch is really gaining on him. So the top 3 now already has pitted. And that might be CJ going off. And that was. So now 9 people remain. CJ was going off there, and the racing point now of Jogsy enters the pit lane to get those new tires. I think he's going for a 1-stopper. Others might be going for a 2-stopper. So this might come out as a good thing for Jogsy, but might be coming out as a bad thing as well if he does not go for a 1-stop. Jogsy in the pits, not for long though. Jogsy now enters the pit lane ahead of Ed. But now the racing pair is together. Sorry for that. Very Foxy now on board with him. So that he can see why is it that? Not about that. Zenebe is catching up to Paul though. Is Zenebe catching up to Paul? Yes, he is. Catching a lot to Paul. Zenebe fast. Somehow down on the other side of the early little mistake that never catching up to Paul. Paul will not be loving all at once. As we are now halfway through the race, 90 laps to go. Zenebe is now catching up for a lot with the slip boom and the DRS running. That DRS will have all over and how long this ball might be going back at him. 21 to go. Zenebe completely locks up there and hits the wall, losing a lot of time by doing that. And giving back the place to Paul. Zenebe might have been going too fast for his own liking. So that's what might have happened there. Not much going on currently, everyone keeping their distance to each other, so there's not really else to talk about. Alex now catching up to Hero Foxy, and Hero Foxy getting the 3 points. I think. Azerbaijan really catches up to Paul now. Going to be able to go on his main straight, might be able to overtake. Might be with DRS, yes he does have DRS. On Paul's tail now. Really sticking to his rear end there. Zenepe does back off though, and Paul keeps it together. But Zenepe will be getting DRS again. So he might be able to do an overtake. Zenepe has the better exit off Paul. Zenepe will be going on the outside of Paul. They touch a bit there, very, very close to each other. Paul comes back, but he might have made a mistake there, but no. Zenepe does a bit of a switchback, but keeps it away from Paul's side towards over end. And now goes in for his second pit stop of the Grand Prix. Here Foxy overtakes Ed on pit lane. Ed exits ahead of Oscar Valko. Here Foxy might be needing to do another. Zenepe really going for the overtake again. On the inside this time of Paul. Into turn 1. Is it going to be clear? No, not just yet. Paul hangs on. Zenepe and Paul giving each other, enough space. Zenepe so far ahead. But they are still side by side, tapping each other a bit, saying, hey, I'm still here. Paul does the switch back a bit. Zenepe covers the inside line. But keeps it together. Paul tries to do the switch back. It's not able to. Zenepe with the better exit there. Now ahead of Paul. Paul might be coming back at Zenepe. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm back now. I had to go quickly do some errands. It's going very slowly. What happened? Oh, I think safety car bitches. They are now overtaking the leader just to get unlapped, to unlap themselves because they are unlapped. So now I think a lot of people actually pitted in the duration of that time. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for just not talking a lot. I'm just excuse me. I'm just drinking a lot of water now. My throat was hurting a lot, so that's why I stopped talking. But now I'm back with my voice once more, and now everyone is catching up to the leader. A lot of bike markers, you can see they're going by now, trying to get to the leader. I think it's supposed to be me better now. I hope you're being me better. The virtual safety car is ending the next lap, so when the leader crosses the line, now it's supposed to end. Then it's gonna line cross the line. It is supposed to end now. Well, not now. It's supposed to end when he crosses the line. So basically, a virtual safety car in our way is as a safety car would be, but just no actual safety car. And the leader is the one that is given a speed that we have to follow. And then they catch up to that. There's actually a collision in the back there. What has happened there? As Ed back there, I think has actually spun. No, I know he has spun. But still luckily is in the virtual safety car, so he is allowed to keep catching up now. Remember to hydrate and eat your food, everyone. It's very, very important, and it's nice. If you make it nice, of course. As Valk is really trying to catch up now to the leading pack, but is a bit too slow. He has been lapped twice, I think. As in the racing points, both are now at last. As it is now green flag. Ooh, as the racing points really get away there. Hera Foxy gets the best start there. Ooh, as they go to turn one. Ooh, it's a massive crash. It's a massive crash. There's a massive, massive, massive crash. What has happened there? Paul leads though again. Alex is dead last now. Don't know what has happened just there. It has actually accidentally overtaken a lot of people. And it's green flag conditions once more now. As not much is happening this time. For now though. Ed and Jogsy both racing points now 4th and 5th. Paul first in the Renault, second Zenabay in the Lahama. As somebody actually flew in the background there, I don't know who that was. It was Valk that accidentally just flew in the background. Alex 7th after a massive collision into turn 1 after the virtual safety car restart. Zenabay and Hera Foxy both very close to each other, and Ed actually reaches the rear end and hits the wall. But he keeps it together. But is now dead last. Ed has been doing brilliantly. Sadly, it might not be going his way today. But there is still a fight for first, second and third. If anyone makes a mistake, they might be going for first on the last lap. Because they will be wanting to win that or this race. And might be trying their best to win. as we are almost on the final lap now. Excuse me. Lap now, ladies and gentlemen, as you will see on the top left or on the top of your screen in the middle. Someone might be going for a very close move or trying to get a move in for first. Zenabe might be trying that. Jogsy might be trying that even from that far behind. Hera Foxy might be trying. Alex might be trying as well. As a top 5 is really close to each other. But below that it's far away. Ed is catching. Not a lot though, sadly. But he's still in the points and getting points for racing points. Jogsy is really close to the behind of Zenabe now. He's going to try something. He might be trying something. They are all trying to get into a higher place. Zenabe, Jogsy, everyone is just trying harder and harder. Pilt is getting into this fight for the top places. Everyone is. Alex is a bit skirmish in the background there. Gonna be on board with Paul. Jogsy might be going for a possession there. Jogsy's really close to Zenabe. Jogsy might be getting him on the line if he has the better exit of them both. Ooh, as the Velocina Lamborghini there of Alex spins around. They're coming now up to the line. So far, Alex has been from first, been leading the whole race. But sadly, not coming across the line first. But for Paul, it will be for one of his first wins. Not his first. Jogsy third. Second is Zenabe. Fourth, Hera Foxy. Fifth will be Pilch. Now crossing the line. No, sorry. That is... I think Pilch might have been in the pit lane. We don't know. But that is the standings for you, ladies and gentlemen. Penalties might be given after the race, so remember to join the Discord. Now Ed is crossing the line. Thank you for coming with us today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time once more. Goodbye. Have a safe journey wherever you are, and enjoy your day. Love you all.